This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Got a couple of big hits. After that center fielder made that great catch, we still came back and punched in a couple of runs. But then, just some really, really big mistakes made as far as the count. 1-2, 0-2, giving up home run balls on elevated breaking balls that are supposed to be in the dirt, supposed to be chase type pitches. And, it all happened with 2 outs. I think most of their runs early happened with 2 outs. But credit to them. They came out swinging and they got after it. They pitched extremely well. We didn't pitch very well at all after we took Hunter Holland out. And, towards the end, we just basically put those freshmen out there and gave them another opportunity. And some of them did the same thing they did last weekend, which was not throw the ball over the plate.
Holland was a little bit shaky there in
Yeah.
the first, but really settled in. What happened in the first, and how was he able to get back on track?
Yeah, he hasn't really shown us that all year since he's been here, going back into the fall, where he's ever had a streak where he kind of was wild like that. I don't know, but what he did is once he got through that inning, because they're one big hit away from busting in 3-4 runs in that first inning, which would have been tough for us to come back today, especially with the wind blowing in the way it is from right. He got out of it, and it seemed like that got him a little momentum. Then he kind of cruised there for about 3 or 4 innings and kept his pitch count down where he could give us 5 innings for the most. I think that's about what he gave us. So, that was good for him to get through the first and then pitch well.
Quick innings by your offense today.
Yep.
What did you make of your approach offensively?
Well, I guess looking back on it, you can talk about all you want. We swung early and we didn't get hits. Now we did hit a lot of balls hard, but even hard ground balls to short or to center or wherever it was, it just really kept his pitch count down. We never could string anything together.
I guess with Adcock, what he had the hanging breaking balls, it seemed that were getting away from him. But what do you make of his outing and just the way that it seems like he's good for that first 2 or 3 outs and then things kind of fall apart from there? I don't know if that's something that you've seen before.
You got to be able to finish people. That's the key. You got to be able to finish people. It doesn't matter if you can get to 2 strikes and 2 pitches or 3 pitches, you got to be able to put people away. And obviously, he'd throw you a good breaking ball and it looked really good. And then when he had 2 strikes, he hung 2. And they were hung from the time they came out of his hand. You could see it from the side. It was, just mistakes. Instead of burying one in the dirt, try to get a chase, let the catcher work for you and block a pitch. I think he gave up a double to right center with a couple of strikes on a fastball, and give their hitter a little bit of credit. He went oppo with that pitch, but it was still, there were 2 strikes, no balls. You can go outside the zone a little bit. We just got to get better.
Just overall, what do you think of the test that Eastern Illinois gave you guys this weekend? Obviously a veteran lineup, and we saw that today. Just overall, how good do you think this weekend was for your team as far as assessing where you guys are moving forward?
They definitely played us very tough all 3 games. Maybe if you look at just see the final score in game 1 and 2, and you weren't here, you think, got after them pretty good. But realistically, those games were tight till just about the 6th, 7th. I know the 8th yesterday when we blew it open. I thought they gave us a great test. We got to, feel a little bit of heat of them making a run at us, challenging us to win the game. And I just feel like that as a coaching staff, you learn a little bit about your players, how they can handle it. And that's probably the best thing that happened this weekend for me is I get to see some younger guys pitch. Some may be ready, some aren't. We got to see some older guys pitch that aren't pitching very good right now, that have been on the team for a few years. That's got to change if, we got to have those guys step it up a little bit. And then, I still believe that our offense is going to be pretty good. We weren't very good today, but we have been pretty consistent. So, Illinois State coming in Wednesday, they'll be every bit as good as Eastern Illinois, veteran team. They're winning, and we'll have to be ready for them. And then the team we have coming in this weekend is a team that's been to a regional a little bit, and they're not scared. I know they beat Kentucky yesterday. I don't know how it went today, but we got to find a few more pitchers. And right now, we got about 4 guys that maybe 4.5 that we can go to, and after that, it hadn't gone great.
Zach Morris is one of those veterans you alluded to. He was so good for you last year. What's different this year from last year?
I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to him about it. I don't know what's going on. I guess from the side, it looks like his location is not very good.
You gave a couple of freshmen their first starts today, Robinette and Neville. How did you think they did today?
Robinette did great, in my opinion. I mean, he smoked the ball opposite field. He also lined out to left field, opposite field on a changeup. He made a good adjustment on that pitch, and he grounded out. And I think he might have grounded out twice. But I like the way he played. He played fearless. Just went up there, had a good approach at the plate, and I just think that he's earned some more time. Whether it's Wednesday or next weekend or whenever, I'll have confidence putting him in there. Neville, he got himself out on some good changeups, went down and swung at some low pitches, and didn't have a great, didn't really have really good at bats.
Polk started behind the plate today. I'm just curious how you assess the catcher position after this weekend.
Yeah, I think so. Polk caught 2 out of the 3 of the games. We're still going to be using both guys, so, I mean, I don't really want to go into detail, but they're both going to catch a lot for us this year.
Wood, it seems like he's been kind of up and down. Some days he's really good, some days it's not. Is that just a matter of him being a freshman, or what do you think?
I don't know, but he's going to run out of opportunities if he can't throw the ball over the plate. We saw a guy throwing 94, 95 against us. We put him out against the other team. What was he today? 91, 92? The game was already, and we were in bad shape when it came in. It wasn't like the bases were loaded and it was tied. Just go out there and do your thing. And, he throws first pitch to the backstop. And so he's going to have to get over that, or he won't get to pitch much.
You talked about needing some pitchers to step up. I know it's probably a little early to start really deciding how you're going to use these guys, but could you see yourself maybe leaning on these starters that have proven they can eat up innings for you, maybe leaning on them a little bit more as you get deeper into the season?
Yeah. I mean, they've got to get their pitch counts up a little bit where they can do it. You can also just say, hey, I'm only going to announce my starter on Friday and everybody's on deck. Let's just go try to win today. And I'm not going to tell you you're starting. If we tell you to pitch in the middle of the week, pitch in the middle of the week. Bring you in the bullpen on Friday, put you in the bullpen. If you're available on Sunday, we'll start you then. I mean, this is the stuff you see when you don't see guys out of the bullpen not getting it done.
Do you have any idea who you might start on Wednesday?
No, not at this time. Obviously, I'll go back and talk with Coach about it. And I don't know. I don't know right now.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet Online, where the game starts.